What's up, everyone? Kevin Allen here from DFS Army, and we're taking a look at prize picks for Monday Night Football, the showdown between the 49ers and the Cardinals. And the big news on this showdown is it looks likely that Kyler Murray will sit, and we're going to get a Colt McCoy at the helm situation for the Cardinals. I was almost hoping that Murray would play because those props were going to be way off on Murray. You know, like an injured hamstring Murray is just horrible, right? Colt McCoy is actually probably better for Arizona tonight in this game, but there's still some props to attack. So one of the things I want to talk about with PrizePicks real quick, and then we'll take a look at our PrizePicks tool and come up with a 5-pack of plays for tonight. But generally with PrizePicks, keep in mind that the larger the slate, the easier it is to kind of make, especially a 5 or 6 person parlay. So for tonight's game, I really don't recommend going more than 3 of any of these 5 or 6 in a row, because it's going to be really tough to find really good plays on one game. Like on a main slate, we have 10 games to choose from, and we're looking for these discrepancies. And again, my read on this game is pretty much a 49ers onslaught. Real quick look at the defensive metrics for both teams. You can see here that Arizona is actually bleeding fantasy points to opposing tight ends. That's their biggest weakness. But, you know, it's come at the expense of them being particularly good against the wide receiver position, outside wide receivers in particular. So in games with Arizona, what you'll see is outside wide receivers are scoring 6 fewer fantasy points per game than mean expectations, whereas tight ends are putting up 7 points above mean expectations. That is the most in the league. They are essentially the worst team versus tight ends in the league, which brings George Kittle into play, except, you know, I don't think 49ers going to need much Kittle here. So what do you do with that? I don't know. Cardinals allowing extra points to running backs and quarterbacks as well. A little below average defensively. So obviously Christian McCaffrey and is going to be great. Jimmy Garoppolo could do his thing. On the flip side, San Francisco is literally really good everywhere. 4.5 points below mean expectation to quarterbacks. Even better, 5.5 to the running back position. Running backs have a hard time doing anything against this San Francisco stout front seven. And then you've got 3 points below mean expectation to wide receivers and 3 to tight end. Essentially, San Francisco defense, really, really good. So my approach for tonight's slate is essentially San Francisco onslaught. Now, take a look on screen here where we have the DFS Army PrizePicks tool. And I love this tool, but one of my favorite components of this tool is this consensus box right here, where it's going to show the PrizePicks line against sportsbook consensus odds and give us an idea of where there are some potential discrepancies that we can attack. And here's my favorite one of them all: Jimmy Garoppolo over 1.5 passing touchdowns. Now, if you go to your sports book and try to bet this, you've got to pay minus 140 to bet the over on Garoppolo to throw for 2 touchdowns. I like it because it also includes the potential for Christian McCaffrey to catch a touchdown here. So for the first prop of the day, we've got Christian McCaffrey. Put the cat in the closet. Crazy. Anyway, Christian McCaffrey. No, it was Jimmy Garoppolo over 1.5 passing touchdowns. And again, understand that on sports books, people are paying minus 140 for this prop. DFS Army, we have him projected for 1.62 touchdown passes. So there's just value in the play as it stands. Next up, I'm taking a look at Colt McCoy. And again, we've already seen that the Chicago offense, the San Francisco defense is elite versus opposing quarterbacks, allowing almost 6 points fewer per game. That is a huge number on average, below expectation for opposing quarterbacks. Colt McCoy is obviously a backup quarterback. He is in the weeds here. This is a tough spot for Colt McCoy facing the San Francisco defense. So I'm going to take the under here on McCoy projected fantasy score. Now, when you use a quarterback, you can kind of correlate that with some of their pass catchers. If he's doing poorly, you would expect that some of the San Francisco pass catchers are doing poorly as well. I'm going to take a look here at at Rondell Moore. I want to see if we have a metric on this. Yeah. So here we go. Take a look here at Rondell Moore. The price pick line is 55.5 receiving yards. If you go to the sports book, the consensus odds for this prop are 54.5, and it's a minus 125. So people are paying juice to the under to buy this prop on the sports book. DFS Army projection here has him going for about 49 receiving yards in this game. That's a nice little value play for us, and it goes with the McCoy under. So we're going to take a look here at Rondell Moore under 55.5 receiving yards for this one. We are 3 picks in. Now, one thing of note, if you're on PrizePicks right now, they are having they're running a special. They're running a special here where you can get Justin Jefferson on the main board. I don't even know how to find it, but there it is. Yeah, Justin Jefferson on the main board. This is not for today. This is obviously for Thursday, but if you wanted to add that in, you can add in Justin Jefferson over 0.5 receiving yards. That's like a little promo thing they're doing right now. And oh, by the way, if you're not signed up for PrizePicks, definitely check it out. If you use promo code DFS Army when you sign up, we'll actually give you a free month of DFS Army VIP if you're not currently signed up at DFS Army. So we have these tools. If you want to check it out, check out the PrizePicks tools. You get signed up at PrizePicks using promo code DFS Army. The other thing is we've got the Black Friday promotion running this week at DFS Army. So VIP is 50% off with promo code Black Friday. So if you didn't want to, or if you already signed up at PrizePicks, don't want to get the freebie for that, then just sign up at DFS Army as a VIP using promo code Black Friday. It'll get you 50% off that first month of VIP, and you can access, of course, our PrizePicks tool. And we have Will Lynn in the DFS Army Discord, who's actually and literally crushing PrizePicks every single night. NBA, we've got PrizePicks and Underdog and all the prop side coverage going nonstop in our Discord as well. So make sure you get signed up and check that out. It will pay for itself, I promise. I'm gonna crush. Get signed up, dfsarmy.com. Promo code Black Friday, 50% off. All right, so continuing on, we've got 3 props going, and of course, a bonus promo prop with Justin Jefferson if you want it. And again, I don't recommend necessarily or expect all 5 or 6 of these props to smash. That is just not something that happens. But a lot. But you want to kind of 2Z and 3Z these together, especially correlated ones like McCoy and Moore with the unders. All right, the next one I'm going to bring up here is McCaffrey over 0.5 rushing touchdowns. And here we go. There it is. So I just expect McCaffrey to score a touchdown in this game. It's that simple. You know, he's Christian McCaffrey. The 49ers, in an onslaught scenario, they should be leading and just leaning heavy on the run. That brings up McCaffrey. He tends to run for a touchdown in most games. I think this is a pretty easy one, and that's probably the prop that I would look to build around this week. I think that's one of the more secure. I also like pretty much most of the McCaffrey props. Like I guess we could do over 65.5 rushing yards as well. It's probably just as good, but or over 15.5 rushing attempts. I mean, if you look, let's take a look at his last couple games. So yeah, he got there once. He didn't quite get there against the Chargers, which is crazy considering how weak that team is against the run. But I think the comfortable play here is just to project him getting a rushing touchdown. So I'm going to give a quick scan to see if we got any updates here on the sheet. So just one note here. The reality is the metrics are screaming. Oh, it's gone now. Uh-oh. I was going to say, yeah, it just changed. Oh, the consensus odds just changed. Yeah. I was going to say the metrics were screaming. Here we go. For the George Kittle under on receiving yards. But it just changed in front of my eyes. So you know what? Forget all that. I was going to say, you know, as much as I don't love George Kittle today in general, because I think the 49ers can just onslaught. They won't need to throw to him very much. They're just going to rush it, and they should be able to control this game. It is noteworthy, again, looking at our matchup sheet here, that Arizona bleeds fantasy points to opposing tight ends. So it would make sense for the 49ers to utilize Kittle in an offensive weapon role in this game. Arizona, just like, it's shocking how frequently opposing defenses just are able to they choose to go to the tight end because of how well Arizona covers outside wide receivers. Using these notes, we could surmise that it might be a good idea as well to take a look at the unders on Deebo Samuel receiving yards and maybe even Brandon Ayuk receiving yards. So while I'm not including those in the picks here, I think Deebo Samuel receiving yards is something to consider on the under. See where we're at here. Yeah, he's at 52.5. We can even go under on the fantasy score, but he can score a touchdown and get you there. But if you take a look at Deebo, he's just not been getting a ton of receiving yards anyway. So actually, I am going to include this one because it just makes sense to me. So I'll add that in and make it our fifth. And if you wanted to turn this into a 6-pack, you can, of course, add in the Justin Jefferson freebie. Again, that's going to do it for this one. So the prop plays for Monday Night Football, we got Garoppolo over 1.5 passing touchdowns, Colt McCoy under 14 fantasy score, Rondale Moore under 55.5 receiving yards, Christian McCaffrey over 0.5 touchdowns, and Deebo Samuel under 52.5 receiving yards. All right, that's going to do it for this one. Again, get signed up at PrizePicks using promo code DFS Army. We'll give you a free month of DFS Army if you let us know. The way you got to do it is just either just hit us up at, what is it? support@dfsarmy.com. Hey, I signed up at PrizePicks. Use code DFS Army, and we'll get you instructions how to get a free month of VIP and access this awesome, PrizePicks tool that we have for you guys that'll really quickly show you the consensus odds, our projection, show you the edge on any one of these plays. There you go. James Conner under on reception, also kind of popping a little bit. So that'll do it for this one. Good luck tonight. We will be back with the showdown breakdown, the full breakdown for DFS purposes of the showdown as well this afternoon. So make sure to look out for that as we want to crush this showdown. Take care, everyone. We'll see you next time.